Good evening. Perhaps you recognize me. I'm Queen Elsa, and tonight I'm here to tell you a story. Not long ago, extreme ultraviolet lithography was considered to be the most promising technology for the 32-nanometer node by 2009. I don't have to tell you what happened, do I? R&D projects were launched to overcome the major technical difficulties, including the reflective optics, the mask, and the extreme ultraviolet light source. In France, a prototype source called the EUV lithography source apparatus with the acronym Elsa was created. Yes, it was named after me. It was used with the experimental test bench for EUV lithography. In French, it was called Le Banc d'essai pour la lithographie EUV, with the acronym Belle, named after an engineer from Silicon Valley who was working there. You do love your acronyms, don't you? Belle was the first experimental EUV lithography machine in Europe. You never heard of Belle and Elsa? Of course not. I was there. I was part of the work, but they were so cruel to me, I cast a spell on them. The work was frozen, stalled, never to begin again. It had so much promise. You might learn something from this tale. All of you out there, you look frozen in your work, stalled, waiting for the next emerging technology to save your job and keep your stock earnings high. But whatever happened to Belle, that engineer from Silicon Valley? This is her story. And live from Monterey, it's BACUS 2014!
Once upon a time, on a cold winter's night in a faraway land, an old mask maker goes up to the front door of the largest semiconductor foundry in the world, where we find the technical genius, Dick Prince. Prince was spoiled. He had everything he ever wished for, but he wanted more. The old woman asked Prince for a job, and in return she would give him the secret to the defect-free EUV mask blank that she had invented. Prince sneered at the idea that she knew anything about the EUV lithography business, and so he turned the old mask maker away. But she warned him not to be deceived by appearances, as true genius lies within, only to be rejected again. Seeing his horrible HR skills for what they truly were, the old mask maker's haggard appearance melted away, and she transformed into a beautiful enchantress. And she turned Prince into a hideous beast. She then gave the beast a Samsung Galaxy Tab S with a vividly colorful razor-sharp screen and an ultra-thin and lightweight design displaying the screensaver of an extreme ultraviolet flower with falling petals acting as an hourglass. The only way he could break the spell was to put his beastly ego aside and learn to collaborate with another equally brilliant scientist and earn their respect in return by the time the last virtual petal fell. But who could learn to work with the EUV Beast?